Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon Total, and today we're going to be talking about the first weapon with the suppressor, and that is free to play. For those who don't know, Enlisted has just given us the latest weapon, the PPSh-41 Silence. This is essentially a Soviet PPSh-41 mounted with a massive suppressor on the barrels. This is the first free to play gun that has a suppressor, and without further ado, let's just get started. Starting with the history. There is practically nothing I can say for the history because in the game or in whatnot I can't find it really. There has been some samples of this thing with a gun suppressor slash whatnot in the development history of the Soviet Union, or to be exact, the arsenal of the Soviet Union. There has been a guy that went around and tried to do this, but from what I understand, there hasn't been a lot of interest in putting a suppressor on the PPSh-41, at least historically. Now, if Enlisted wants to use this, I think they grabbed the gun from the unknown files and then just put the gun in game, which actually does make sense. Now, should this be a premium or should this be a free-to-play play? I think it should technically be an event, but considering that the Enlisted gave it us as a tech tree, I'm very, very happy, so that's all I'm gonna say. So with that out of the way, let's just move on to the stats. And the stats is pretty dang simple. This thing is pretty much the exact same thing as the regular PPSh-41. The only difference is the damage. The damage is 5.5 for the regular PPSh-41, and this gun has 5.3. But with that out of the way, the caliber is 7.62, the hit power is 5.3, has a muzzle velocity of 450, rate of fire of 1000, which is pretty dang solid, reload time of 3.8, which is really good, and the fact that this has a shot deviation of 86, recoil control of 60, vertical recoil of 22, and horizontal of 9, and it has a 71 round magazine, which is pretty good. The real thing that gives this thing is the suppressor. The suppressor on this thing is really good, because once again, for those who don't know, if you shoot an AI with suppressor, they tend to not react as fast as if you, say, shoot a person with a regular PPSh-41, or a gun that has not a suppressor on it. This allows you to kill AIs more quickly, but if you face a player, they tend to be understanding of how to shoot you quickly, so that's that. Without further ado, let's move on to the verdict, and the verdict is pretty dang simple. This gun is better than the regular PPSh-41. For what reason, in which I do not need to tell you again, is because this thing has a very good dang suppressor, and to be honest, 5.5 and 5.3 in terms of hit power is not that different. What we do have to talk about is that should you use this weapon in the late game, and to be exact, in the late game you're competing with the Fedorov, the AS-44, and this thing, and this is essentially the new GOAT. To be exact, I do think this has a place, but there are so many better options in which you can use, for example, the Fedorov. But if we want to talk all the way back, I don't think this is a bad option. As a matter of fact, it's a pretty good option if you want to go stealth. And when I mean go stealth, I really mean kill AIs, so that's that. The Fedorov is not a bad idea because of the hit power. The AS-44 is essentially the Soviet version of the STG-44, and this thing is a pretty good version of a submachine gun, and it has insane hit power, so that's that. In my personal opinion, this is not a bad idea. Once again, this is the three options that you can choose: AS-44, this thing, and Fedorov. And honestly, all of them are pretty good options depending on your play style, and really depends on you. Do you like fast-firing weapons? Then this is probably your choice. Do you like a standard AK-47/STG? Then it's the AS-44. Do you like a high-firing rifle that can instantly knock down a person? And that is the Fedorov. Literally, it's all depends on you. So without further ado, this is all it for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Comment in the comment section down below of what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.